Welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe for daily videos on everything going on in the crypto market. This is an emergency video to the Cardano community. If you hold ADA, watch this entire video. Reports have been circulating that Cardano is about to get pump and dumped. I repeat, reports have been circulating that Cardano is about to get pump and dumped. There has been a significant spike in whales buying large amounts of ADA. And with Cardano down 75% from its previous all-time high last year, Cardano looks to be at a pivotal, future-defining moment in its lifespan. I want to remind you that although Cardano made an all-time high last year of over $3, Cardano also started last year at under 30 cents. Cardano was under 30 cents just a little bit over 1 year ago. In a prolonged bear market with whale manipulation, it is totally possible Cardano could crash to levels close to this again. Don't even think it couldn't. Cardano holders, do not be fooled. You need to make sure that you understand what I'm going to share with you in this video. I'm the only one bringing you this information. Hit the thumbs up button if you appreciate that. If you hold Cardano, comment your thoughts to what I'm going to go over with you in the comments section below. Let's get into this. Cardano, with whales accumulating, is ADA being set up for a pump and dump? In an interesting development, Cardano holders with a supply of 10 million plus ADA have suddenly noticed a spike. So whales who have accumulated at least 10 million ADA. The number of addresses in this cohort has risen by 12 within the last 14 days, which means that although this group of investors has now added at least 120 million ADA more to its stash, that is exactly what Cardano holders have to fear. With 15.86 billion ADA held by these almost 500 investors alone, the concern of an immediate dump certainly rises. Even though Cardano has a circulating supply of 33.75 billion ADA, a dump of 10 million plus ADA will undoubtedly trigger a major price fall, and Cardano really doesn't need any more of these given its current state. Of course, the current state is Cardano being 75% down from all-time highs last year. So this report, and reports like this one, allege that Cardano is being accumulated and is being set up for a pump and dump to drive the price down even farther than what it is today at 78 cents. Is a pump and dump for Cardano on the horizon? I have a different theory. Go with me on this, and I have some data to back this up. What if whales are accumulating not to set up a pump and dump? What if whales are just accumulating? Go with me on this. Brutal bear market, ADA down 75% from all-time highs. Yet, 74% of ADA is still staked. No VC private pools, SPO-generated community blocks. The strength of the Cardano community is unparalleled. As Cardano gets built out, as Cardano matures as an ecosystem, in fact, Cardano is only getting more popular. Reddit subscriber count for Cardano is just about to break 700,000. Cardano's NFT ecosystem is getting bigger and better by the day. The market is growing rapidly, also very stable as more and more legitimate projects come on the scene. So imagine selling ADA 75% from its peak before these things happen. Number one, stablecoins. Confidence-inspiring stablecoins like DJED, IQUSD, and DUSD. The Vassal hard fork, i.e. scaling. Lending and bond market protocols, i.e. DeFi, like LQ, Dana, and AADA. All of these will be live on Cardano within the next 60 to 90 days. Let's go even further. Cardano is about to differentiate itself in a huge way compared to the likes of Ethereum, compared to the likes of Solana, compared to any other thing that you can compare ADA to. This is an amazing explanation that I'm about to play for you. Cardano scaling in such a different way in the future. Cardano will be splitting blocks into separate consensus and transaction blocks. This will allow a constant stream of transactions nonstop in a flurry of blocks, scaling beyond your wildest dreams while maintaining security. Check out this update on the horizon.
The key realization that research had was, if we decompose this, or we split the block into two, so no longer having a single block in the network, but we now have two blocks, and we use one block to hold transactions and another block to achieve consensus, then we have these two block types that work together. And what's great here is, at the moment, our single block is every 20 seconds. So every 20 seconds or so, we have a block that contains transactions and helps with consensus. We're moving to a new system with Ouroboros Eleos, or input endorsers, where we'll still have this consensus block every 20 seconds. But instead of containing transactions, it will no longer do that. It will instead have a reference to a block that holds transactions. But these blocks are much, much faster. So we're going to be constantly streaming transactions non-stop, okay? There's going to be a flurry of these blocks that contain just transactions. And the blocks that are responsible for consensus will simply reference them using what's called reference semantics, or a pointer. So with this new system, effectively, we can have consensus every 20 seconds as we currently do. But rather than waiting every 20 seconds to send transactions, we're going to send them all the time. And this ultimately yields a super fast layer 1. Now, we don't need this right now. Our current technologies are keeping up with demand, no problem. But we need to stay ahead of the game. And how do we do that? We think for the future, and we start implementing this stuff before it's required.
So do I put stock in the theory that the reason these whales are accumulating is to facilitate a coordinated pump and dump? I don't put a lot of stock in this theory. I mean, hey, whales buy and sell all the time. The market goes in ebbs and flows, of course. But I see no reason to think that this accumulation is to facilitate a pump and dump. Very well likely that these whales, at least some of them, could be accumulating just to accumulate. Now, the only other question I have is, what is the state of the cryptocurrency market at the moment? How's Bitcoin and Ethereum doing? If Bitcoin and Ethereum continue to dive or stay low, I don't expect Cardano will be breaking all-time highs anytime soon. I looked into it, and both Bitcoin and Ethereum look strong to me. And I'm going to share with you the data. This isn't just my opinion based on a whim. This is my opinion based on this data. And the market's not going to turn around and break all-time highs tomorrow, but I think fundamentally Bitcoin and Ethereum look strong. Cardano has a lot of strong fundamental things going on for it. I think this market is going to turn around. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. Number one, the Bitcoin balance on exchanges is down 700,000 Bitcoin since the March 20 crash. 700,000 Bitcoin being taken off exchanges. Bitcoin on Coinbase going down for the last 2 to 3 years straight. Bitcoin on Huobi going down for the last 2 to 3 years straight. Bitcoin on Binance has not been going down for 2-3 years straight, but actually has been going down since the beginning of this year. Bitcoin is being taken off of all exchanges. There is a limited supply. Eventually, it will break to the upside. The last time the Bitcoin percent of supply on exchanges was this low was 1,546 days ago, over 4 years and 2 months ago. This is where we are today. Bitcoin has been going down since March of 2020. The number of Bitcoin on exchanges is at the exact same point where it was in about February 2018. Now you say, well, there was a bear market that followed this point. And what I want you to notice, though, is we're in a downtrend with supply coming off exchanges. This is a good thing, as opposed to back here when we were in an uptrend where this hit an all-time high at this point with Bitcoin actually going onto exchanges. Well, can't we compare it to the last time that the charts looked like this? Actually, we can't. It has been macro increasing from the beginning to March 2020. Bitcoin, since the very beginning, has just been coming onto exchanges. Since March 2020, it's actually been macro declining. So it's almost like this was a huge turning point for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, the pandemic 2020, where all of a sudden, because of its finite supply, because the market had been built out for 12, 13 years, all of a sudden people started to realize the value of digital assets, especially ones like Bitcoin, unconfiscatable if you protect it properly, permissionless, undebasable. You understand. The resilience and growth of Bitcoin's hash rate has been one of my favorite stories over the last year. China FUD, now gone. The hash rate took a dip when China took its miners offline, kicked them out. Bitcoin's hash rate just made a new all-time high. Bitcoin as a network is strong. Fantastic to see. Bitcoin continues to be accumulated by nation states, by corporations, by different protocols. Here are some of the major companies that hold Bitcoin, and of course the full list is a lot more built out. You can take a look at this at any time. Well, how about Ethereum? The amount of Ethereum held on exchanges is at its lowest level since 2018 as well, with 10% of ETH's supply locked in consensus layer deposit contract. A major bank in France, D. Lubac NC, becomes the first bank in France to offer Ethereum trading and custody services. If one bank does it, you better believe that many banks will eventually do it. Speaking of banks, Standard Chartered. Jeffrey Kendrick, are you familiar with the bank, major bank, Standard Chartered? Well, Jeffrey Kendrick of Standard Chartered says that he sees Ethereum hitting $10,000 this year and eventually sees it hitting $35,000. So again, Bitcoin's not going to turn around tomorrow. Ethereum's not going to turn around tomorrow. But from the information that I'm gathering, that I share with you on a daily basis on this channel, that's why you subscribe, Bitcoin and Ethereum are strong and patience will be rewarded. And Cardano is nipping at Ethereum's heels. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. See you tomorrow.